jumping straight into things. When it comes to making simple melodies sound heavenly, what's important is the sound selection. Now, what do I mean by that? When it comes to R&B, ambience is key. And hearing the melody that I played for y'all just a few seconds ago, y'all can hear the ambience in the track. Y'all can hear just how fire it is. Now, the first instrument that I have pulled up is a pad. And this pad is from Omnisphere. And this pad name is the Luscious Airways Wide Pad. Now, this is my chord progression. Nothing too crazy. Actually, nothing crazy at all. And I'm gonna show you exactly how I made it. So what I did was I picked the scale, which is F sharp minor, and then I just built my chord. I built a minor chord, right? So what a minor chord is you place a note and then you skip one within the scale, and then you place another note, skip another one, and then you place another note, right? And then I did a up inversion, and that's how I got it up here. Then I played around and I placed the note in between here. That way the note is resonating, right? And then that's when I just did the same thing for here. And then I pitched this one up. And then I did this. And then that's when I dropped this down one, because I wanted it to be descending pattern instead of staying the same, or this chord staying constant. Then for this part, did the same thing. And then that's when I just did an up inversion again, as well as the same thing for here. The chords are very simple, guys. All you got to do is play by ear. So I would recommend you guys learning some form of music theory, whether that's just learning the number scale or learning one scale and just playing around with it and then mastering another one. You know what I mean? Just diving into that whole topic and aspect of things does help your music production entirely. Now, going to the next instrument that I have is a lead, and this lead is a one shot, and this how it sounds dry. It don't sound that special, but what makes it special is the slide notes that I did in here. As well as the effects that I put on here. When it comes to making simple melodies sound heavenly, the effects that you put truly matters, y'all, because it carries the whole vibe, carries the whole entrance and aspect of everything. So the first effect that I have on here is a Valhalla vintage verb. And this is the sauce. This is the sauce that makes it sound so bright and so perfect. That unique shimmer is the sauce. It keeps scratching my computer, so I'm not gonna open it again. Next is the keys. They follow the scale and they're nothing crazy. I just wanted a counter melody to make it sound interesting and not repetitive. But the effects are what's really crazy. I have a Valhalla vintage verb, a Valhalla delay, as well as a effects fragments. Now this one is the 1 bar glimmers, and this is sauce as well. I ain't do nothing to it. This is the default preset, and it sounds fire. Again, it crashed my computer, so let's move on. The next instrument that we got here is the bell, and the bell sounds like this. And when it comes to choosing these sounds, just having some type of vision for them will make your process a lot better and a lot easier. Because turning simple melodies into heavenly melodies is not hard, but it is not simple. Meaning you got to have some type of vision or some type of sauciness to it. Now, the effects that I have on this are a fruity flangus, a Valhalla vintage verb, as well as a fruity delay too. And next is the bass, which sounds like this. And it's just a regular moog bass, and I have no effects on this. Now next is the texture. Like I always say, textures are very important. They spice up what you already have and makes it sound a lot better and fills up any missing holes or missing gaps that you may not hear. But the texture allows you to fill up the space and it gives you the feeling of it being full. And that's how it is. And what I have on here is a Valhalla vintage verb, and that's all. Now next is the PERC loop, and it sounds like this. And what I have on here is a Valhalla vintage verb, and that's it. And when it comes to these samples, right, especially R&B, reverb and ambiance is key. Reverb and ambiance is key, meaning that having reverb and ambiance make or break the melody, right? And depending on the style you're going for, especially for these party next door type style, having ambiance in your melodies and having space in your melodies is very important. And that's where the reverb comes in, and that's where you mess around with the decay, the pre-delay, the mix, and loca. Don't just leave it on the default preset, y'all. Test things out, find out what you like, and we go from there. Now next are the vocals. And what I have on here is a Valhalla vintage verb, a Fruity Delay 2, a Panman, as well as a Fruity filter. Now what I did with the Fruity filter was I messed with the cutoff frequencies as well as the resonance and the high pass. And I have this texture as well, this phrase. And what I have on here is a Fruity Delay 2, a Fruity chorus, a Valhalla vintage verb, a Fruity compressor, as well as a Fruity parametric EQ2. And that's practically all for the sample. As I can see, it's not too complicated. There's barely anything going on as well, but the effects make it sound crazy and make it sound lavish. But yeah, that's all for the melody. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something new. Thank you guys for watching as always. I love and I appreciate y'all, and deuces.